Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's Weekly News Conference. We have a full agenda this morning. We're going to explain a $500,000 grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission, announce an upcoming fire prevention community event this Saturday, October 19th, invite people to meet the 3 artist finalists for the 3rd and State Street Gateway project this Friday, October 18th, showcase the Downtown Fall Fest this Sunday, October 20th, proclaim American Pharmacist Month in the city of Erie, highlight National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, and provide an update on LERTA. And now I'll turn it over to the mayor.
Thank you, Renee. Welcome, everyone. It's good to see a nice crowd here. We are very excited to announce that the City of Erie has received a $500,000 grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission Power Initiative. This grant allows us to implement free public Wi-Fi, which is an important part of our Smart City initiative, across all 8 of Erie's opportunity zones, and we hope to have that done by July 1st of 2020. This grant is from the Appalachian Regional Commission Partnerships for Opportunity and Workforce Revitalization Program, which aims to create jobs and redevelop communities. This grant is transformational. It will allow Erie's secure smart city to become reality much more quickly and much more completely. Here to tell us more about this grant and its benefits to Erie, I'm proud to welcome to the podium Carl Sanjak, President and CEO of the Erie Innovation District. Carl.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Over a year ago, we began a journey to making this a digital destination. Today, I'm very excited to announce that the City of Erie, in partnership with the Erie Innovation District, received that $500,000 grant from the ARC Power Initiative to expand our Secure Smart City initiative for free public access Wi-Fi across all 8 of our opportunity zones. These federal funds represent part of a $44.4 million Appalachian Regional Commission Partnerships for Opportunity and Workforce Revitalization Grants Program for projects that aim to create jobs and redevelopment communities just like our own. So this is perfectly in line with the types of things that we're trying to do in the district and as part of the city. This grant is transformational in nature, as the mayor stated, and helps the city in its sustainable future. It will help diversify our economy, invest in growth-oriented infrastructure, and train a next-generation workforce. Specifically, we plan to directly apply these grant funds to purchase equipment to enhance the public access Wi-Fi coverage across these opportunity zones in 2020. We also look to pair this Wi-Fi with state education programs like PA Smart as we move forward to offer downtown access to critical resources that are necessary to being a Tier 1 digital city. This is the first steps on that journey and that roadmap as we've moved out of our pilot. In order to achieve this vision, we build upon the previously announced private equity funding in order to achieve this federal grant. Local partners like VelocityNet offered up to 10 years of free basic broadband over this network. That's unprecedented. Our city strategy was guided and informed by the Northwest Commission as part of a broader regional context for broadband. Together, we are shaping a digital economy of programs fully supported by local, state, and federal representatives. Now, before I step away, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize some of the tireless city administration and its officials that have made this happen. Obviously, I appreciate the mayor and his staff, but I'd also like to call out those on the team that specifically spent long nights working with us in order to make this award. Abigail Skinner, John Tushak, Kathy Rosdek, Renee Lamus, many others were directly involved in us writing, winning, and achieving something that's going to be unique in Erie, Pennsylvania. Thank you for making an effective public-private partnership in the city of Erie, Pennsylvania.
Thank you very much, Carl. I really appreciate all the work you've done, not only on this grant, but everything you've done during the last 2 years since you've been here in Erie. I know it's not been easy, and I feel very lucky that we have you here in Erie. And a couple other people I'd like to thank, in addition to the ones Carl mentioned, are our state representatives, Bob Mursky, Ryan Bizzaro, and Pat Harkins, who were very much involved. It was really a community-wide effort, and it's really going to help us build opportunity, restore hope, and transform Erie. Next, I'm pleased to announce that a fire prevention community event is going to take place at the Booker T. Washington Center this Saturday, October 19th. It's a free, fun, and family event that will feature many activities, including a bicycle raffle and giveaways for both children and adults. I would like to invite Chantel Hilliard, the Executive Director of the Booker T. Washington Center, and Chris Pulliam, the Program Assistant, to the podium to tell us more about this event. Thank you, Chantel.
Real quick, as I was just standing back there, I looked down and I said, I got toothpaste all over my shirt. At least you know I brushed my teeth this morning, so I apologize for the toothpaste. And it's interesting because my wife will always tell me, why do you wait to get dressed and then to brush your teeth? Obviously, she's correct in that manner. So I just had to say that because I'm sure you'll be looking like, what does he have on his shirt? But anyway, thank you, Mayor. I appreciate the opportunity to come before you today and talk about the fire safety community event this week. Mr. Pulliam, his daughter is sick, so he couldn't be present today. So in light of the circumstances of, we all know what happened, there's been a big push from the community to do some fire prevention and do some things around fire safety. And so we're happy to announce this Saturday, October 19th, from 11 to 1 at the Booker T. Washington Center, which is located at 1720 Holland Street, Erie, PA. A free fun family event, and this event is going to encompass, as some of the things Mayor mentioned, free food and drinks. We're going to have a bounce house, face painting, raffle and giveaways, a bicycle raffle, activities and handouts. American Red Cross disaster vehicle and fire truck will be on site as well. Safety tips, home preparedness, and smoke detector installation. And so we're very excited to do this. Just to name a few of our partners: the American Red Cross, Booker T. Washington Center, the City of Erie Fire Department, LECOM Safe Kids, Erie Bounce, Reynolds, Little Caesars, and Stairways Behavioral Health. I would also be remiss if I don't mention a few other partners. Mercyhurst University is going to have some volunteer students as well that's going to be actually doing some of the face painting and some of the other things. And then also a couple individuals from other community-based organizations are also going to have their staff available as well. And so we're excited to do something like this. It's very important to talk about fire safety and the importance of smoke detectors, and also not only smoke detectors, but a pathway out of your home in case of a fire, and fire drills and such. And so we want to thank the mayor for this opportunity and his staff as well to give us this opportunity to come talk about it. And I do have some flyers. I brought some, can pass out, but it's open to the community. We'd like everyone to come out, have some fun and some food and some fellowship, but most importantly, learn about fire safety. So thank you for this opportunity, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Chantel. Really appreciate it. You're doing great work on Erie's East Side. We really appreciate that. Your neighborhood is really being reborn thanks to your efforts there. Remember, the Fire Prevention Community Event takes place this Saturday, October 19th, from 11 to 1 at the Booker T. Washington Center, right at 18th and Holland. According to legend, when a person catches a falling leaf during autumn, good luck will come to them. The colors in the trees have finally started to turn. The leaves are changing, are beginning to fall also across the city. So it's very appropriate that the first Downtown Fall Festival will take place this Sunday, October 20th, from noon to 4 p.m. The Fall Fest is presented by the Oasis Market in collaboration with the Erie Downtown Partnership, the Palace Center, and the Hands Boston Store. I would now like to invite Downtown Dave Tamalonis and Faith Kindick to tell us more about Fall Fest. Come on up.
Thank you. Good morning. This Sunday, October 20th, we'll be holding our first Downtown Fall Fest on State Street from noon to 4 p.m. The activities will take place between 9th and 10th Streets, and a fall makers market will be located in the Boston store. This event was organized by Faith Kindig here at the Oasis Market in collaboration with the Erie Downtown Partnership, Professional Development Associates Palace Center, and the Hands Boston store. The Downtown Fall Fest is sponsored in part by generous donations from MMI Intellectual Property and Sam Catania Painting. This event is the first of many to come from new Erie Downtown Partnership collaborations that will aim to make downtown more safe, fun, and welcoming year-round. Here to talk more about this free event, as well as the great weather in the forecast as of right now, is Faith from the Oasis Market.
Thank you, Dave. All right, good morning, everyone. Like he said, the weather is looking great. It actually did fluctuate last night, but it's back again today. They're saying sunny, bright, around 65, 70 degrees. So we're excited to announce some of the many activities that your family will be able to enjoy at the Downtown Fall Fest. The event will kick off with live music on the main stage from Annalise Vaughn at noon, Brooke Surgener at 1, followed by a giant donut eating contest sponsored by Jack Frost Donuts at 2. That's going to be a fun one. In the Palace Center Pocket Park, there'll be kids' spooky stories read every half hour from 12:30 to 3, and Halloween movies on the inside of the Palace Center starting at 2. At 2:30, there'll be performances by Corey Cook and Life Through Music on the main stage, and a drum circle by Joyous Spirit in front of the Bolero Restaurant Hideaway Cafe. At 3 o'clock, the activities will include a street and treat costume parade and contest for kids 12 and under, starting at the main stage by Oasis. There will also be a fall makers fair at the Boston store featuring locally made hand goods and unique vintage items from a number of vendors. Archery encounters will be there, along with mask making from Art Lore. There will be pumpkins and mums for sale, as well as other fall items from Birch Farms Country Market. Our food vendors include Q Abides, Waffle Miracle, Dobbins Dogs, Yield Sweet Shop, Sunday Shop, Bolero, and Straw Hat Sunday Shop, so plenty of good food so you guys can come down and enjoy. The Sorcery will have live cooking demonstrations that's sponsored by the Erie County Department of Health, and that's also going to be kicking off some of the other live cooking classes that we're going to have at the Oasis Market. Terradoodles will be there offering free face painting throughout the afternoon, and we'll have a kids mural painting activity as well. We'll have free basket raffles inside the Palace Center, and we'll also have giveaways which include kids' bikes, a camping set, an Instapot, air fryer, and many more items. So there's going to be a lot to do, plenty of activities. They're all free, and it'll take place this Sunday from noon to 4 in front of the Oasis Market and down to the Boston store. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Dave and Faith. Really appreciate it. This is really a great way to ring in the fall season. I hope this is the first of many of these in the years ahead. Families will surely leave with a lot of good memories of this new autumn event. I encourage everyone also to come downtown to the Fall Fest this Sunday, October 20th, noon to 4 p.m. Another exciting, very exciting initiative going on in Erie right now is the selection of an artist for the creation of a public art gateway project at 3rd and State Street. The steering committee met several weeks ago to review qualifications from a pool of artists that submitted. The committee narrowed down the pool and requested proposals from 3 artists. I would now like to, and by the way, those 3 artists are with us here today if you haven't met them yet. I would now like to invite to the podium Emily Fetchko, Assistant Director of the Erie Downtown Partnership, to explain this initiative and the next steps. Emily, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is a very exciting time for Erie, and one of the very cool things that the Erie Downtown Partnership gets to be involved in is the installation of a very unique placemaking gateway. Last year, we held 6 public input meetings. About a little over 100 people attended those meetings, and from that information and insights that were gathered from all of your feedback, we took a little bit of a different direction with the gateway. We selected the intersection as the first gateway location at 3rd and State Street, so it's UPMC Hammett adjacent. We're very pleased and fortunate to have a great community partner in both UPMC Health Plan and UPMC Hammett. UPMC Health Plan generously donated through a Neighborhood Assistance Program contribution $100,000 toward this gateway project. We then thought through the diligence of Erie Arts and Culture that this was a really unique opportunity to bring a very high caliber, internationally recognized artist who has some very unique placemaking experience to get them involved in this project. We had a very detailed request for qualifications process. We had 14 submissions. Our planning committee looked at those, and it was very easy for them to select 3 wonderfully talented artists who are here with us this morning. They've had quite the journey, and I'd like to actually invite each of them up. I want you to make them feel very welcome. They'll be staying in Erie for the next 3 days, and I also encourage anybody from the community, there will be a chance to do a meet and greet with the artists starting tomorrow. We will have meet and greets from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. tomorrow, Friday, October 18th, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. again at Ember and Forge. We're going to do another meet and greet the same day, Friday, from 4:30 to 5:30. And I think we're going to do one maybe Saturday, also from 8 to 9 at Ember and Forge. We really want to give people a chance to pop in and say hello. They can introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their artistic process and other public art that they've done throughout the country and the world. And I'd like to bring them each up. They're very tired and very jet lagged. But we have Nick, who's joining us from Australia. Come on up, Nick. Let the people see you. Nick has had a very long journey, and Nick is part of an artistic group, ironically called Skunk Control, and I like to say there's nothing stinky about their artwork. It's really unique and ethereal, and we're really pleased to have Nick here joining us all the way from Australia. We have Heath, who's joining us from Utah. And is it Sato? Sato. He's Sato, who has Sato Public Art. He's out of Utah. And then we have Eddie, who's joining us from California. He's part of an artistic team. So they all came in late last night, early this morning. I think Eddie came in and just got to Erie. So as you see them, make them feel welcome. And please join us tomorrow at Ember and Forge, 8 to 9 a.m. There's also additional community meet and greet information on our Facebook page. But make them feel welcome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you, Nick, Keith, and Eddie. Really good to have you here in Erie for the next couple days. Also want to recognize John Buchna, who's the director of the Erie Downtown Partnership, who's here with us as well. This really is a wonderful initiative for downtown Erie. I thank the Erie Downtown Partnership for taking on this public art gateway project. You know, it's been great. We've had a lot of world-class artists creating artwork downtown. Thanks a lot to Patrick Fisher, the executive director of Erie Arts and Culture. There's at least 3 more public works of art in downtown Erie that have been created just over the last couple months. This artistic entrance at 3rd and State is one more step toward making downtown Erie a place where people want to live, work, and play. Next, it's Pharmacy Month. It's a great opportunity for us to write a healthy prescription of appreciation for pharmacists. To show them how we have noticed all their hard work, I invite Dr. Kristen Goronski, who is Associate Director of Distance Education Pathway at LECOM, and Dr. Rachel Ogden, who is Associate Dean of Accelerated Pathway Student Success and Clinical Education at LECOM. I'd ask them to come up and join me at the podium so I can read a little proclamation, and then you can have a few words. And we have, thank you. We're also joined by a lot of students and staff from LECOM. It's really good to have you here. So this is, anyway, recognizing American Pharmacists Month in the city of Erie. So whereas a pharmacy is one of the oldest health professions dealing with the health and well-being of people, whereas today there are more than 254,000 pharmacists licensed in the United States providing service to assure the rational and safe use of medications, whereas the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, or LECOM, is preparing the next generation of pharmacists, physicians, and dentists with more than 4,200 students enrolled in student-centered academic programs. Whereas pharmacists are educated with a focus and level of expertise in medical therapy that exceeds that of other healthcare professionals. Whereas LECOM provides future pharmacists into strong patient advocates and leaders in their community, in their professional associations, and in their research activities. Whereas more than 2,500 doctors of pharmacy have received their PharmD degree from LECOM, that's since 2005. Now therefore, I, Joseph V. Schember, Mayor of the City of Erie, do hereby proclaim October to be National Pharmacist Month. I encourage all residents and community organizations to acknowledge LECOM and the valuable service of pharmacists to provide safe, affordable, and beneficial pharmaceutical services and products to all citizens. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll turn the microphone over to you.
Thank you. I'll have you. Thank you, Mayor Schember. I would like to thank the mayor and the city of Erie for recognizing October as National Pharmacy Month. We also have members of the LECOM faculty here. We have the director of pharmacy from Mill Creek Community Hospital, which is also part of LECOM Health, and a number of our students that are on clinical rotations right now. Pharmacists play a vital role as part of the healthcare team. And we do that in a variety of ways. Some of them are by providing preventative measures such as immunizations. We work with physicians and patients to optimize medication therapies to help manage chronic diseases such as hypertension and diabetes. And we always help to ensure that patients' medications are both safe and effective. We're really uniquely positioned as pharmacists because we are the most accessible healthcare provider, and we really are positioned that we can provide the greatest impact in positive patient outcomes and a positive impact on healthcare. So once again, thank you, Mayor Schember, for recognizing National Pharmacy Month. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again for being here. I also want to thank Sean Wiley. I saw him earlier. There he is. Thank you for being here and helping us put this together. Really appreciate it. I know from personal experience how important a pharmacist can be in playing a role to keep you safe and use medications effectively. I can tell you that my family pharmacists have made a real difference. I think they do that for many people. We're very lucky also to have LECOM and the great medical education you provide here in Erie. So thank you very much for everything you do. Next, October 20th, next week, through October 26th, is National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week brings together individuals, organizations, industry, and all forms of government to increase lead poisoning prevention awareness in order to reduce the exposure to lead poisoning of children. I would now like to call on Aaron Snippert and Kelly Neville from the Erie Redevelopment Authority to come up to the podium and tell us a little bit more about the event and activities that ERA has planned for this week.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelly Neville, and I am the Housing Program Coordinator for the Erie Redevelopment Authority. As the Mayor said, the week of October 20th is National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week is a joint initiative of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, and local organizations such as the Erie Redevelopment Authority. About 3.6 million American households have children under 6 years of age who live in homes with lead exposure hazards. According to the CDC, about 500,000 American children between the ages of 1 and 5 years of age have blood lead levels at or above the CDC blood lead reference level, which is the level that the CDC recommends public health actions begin. Lead poisoning can be extremely detrimental to a developing child, including brain and organ damage, speech and learning delays, behavior problems, and lifelong poor health. We encourage all parents to speak with your child's healthcare provider in regards to getting your child tested. The Erie Redevelopment Authority is administering a $3 million grant through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to identify and mitigate the existence of lead-based paint hazards in qualifying residences throughout Erie County. Have some peace of mind by paying attention to the 3 key concepts over here to my left. By getting the facts, getting your home tested, and getting your child tested. During the week of October 20th, the Authority will be at several outreach events raising awareness and educating the public about the effects of lead poisoning and how to qualify for our lead hazard control program. A few places we will be attending are the Downtown Fall Fest, which was mentioned earlier in the conference, which is out in front of the Oasis Market this Sunday, October 20th, from noon to 4. Also, we will be at Gridley Park's Fall Fest on Saturday, October 26th, from 11 to 2. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Aaron Snippert, Director of Housing Programs for the Authority.
Thank you, Kelly. The most common exposure of lead paint is from houses built prior to 1978. There are a substantial amount of pre-78 housing in Erie County. Those homes contain many hazards that can trigger, a lead-poisoned child through normal activities such as opening and closing a window or door, or through renovation activities that create a large amount of dust in the property. A child will become lead poisoned through ingestion or placing an object that has lead dust on it into their mouth and becoming poisoned through that activity. The Redevelopment Authority provides testing and outreach to residents of Erie County to determine whether or not their house has any lead-based paint hazards, and at that point to require or to help them mitigate those hazards and create a lead-safe environment for their children. Children are not equally exposed to lead. Every house is different, every community is different, depending on where they live and where they play, depends on how they get poisoned. We recommend that if you are working on your home or that you do live in an older home, that you get your property tested and that you know the facts and you know what you are dealing with before you potentially contaminate or poison your child. The problem is largely preventable. We provide education and outreach to people in the community to help them with the issues in their home and to those that they know the facts and what is out there and what is hazardous to their family. Contact the Redevelopment Authority for more information. Lead poisoning is preventable. So Lead Poison Prevention Week is next week, the 20th through the 26th. If you have questions or concerns, reach out to us and we're more than glad to help you. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Kelly and Nair. And I also want to welcome Scott Henry, the Executive Director, who's here with us as well. I hope everyone here will join me in thanking Aaron Kelly and the entire Redevelopment Authority staff for all the good work they do to create vibrant, welcoming neighborhoods throughout the city of Erie. Finally today, I'm pleased, as always, to announce the LERTA application results for the last 5 business days ended yesterday, October 16th. In the last 5 business days, we've received 6 new LERTA applications with a total investment of $547,200. There were 3 commercial applications with a total investment of $484,300 and 3 residential applications with a total investment of $63,200. So in the 74 business days since July 3rd implementation, Erie is now being revitalized and transformed by a total of 64 LERTA applications with a total projected investment of $511,336. That concludes today's press conference. Everyone who spoke will be available for interviews afterwards. Thanks to everyone for being here. Appreciate it.